Welcome to Company Showcase, an advertising feature on HowStreet.com.
I'm Jim Goddard. I'm speaking with Zarko Meseldzija. He's the Chief Executive Officer for RecycLiCo Battery Materials. It used to be American Manganese. Welcome back to Company Showcase.
Thanks for having me.
Zarko, what's the latest there at RecycLiCo?
The main thing I'm going to be talking about here is the demonstration plant, because that's really key to our technology scale-up and de-risking it. And I'm really happy with the progress I'm seeing at the demonstration plant. And from the many visitors we've had, I can see, the reactions on their faces, and, that they're also impressed with what they see. But just to jog everyone's memory, we have processed a few tons of cathode scrap material through the pre-leach and leach stages of our flow sheet. And, these stages were really the critical stages, in our testing, because it's really a core aspect of our process. And we've done great things in terms of those steps, right? We've achieved over 99% extraction of lithium, nickel, manganese, and cobalt, especially at that scale as well, is quite impressive. As well, we also demonstrated that we can push the limits of the design capacity of the demonstration plant. So really, pushing what's possible and getting past that kind of limiting factor, which is that chemical reaction. But we are moving on to the next stages, and those will be the removal of any impurity metals. And, we want to do that to be able to achieve the purity levels expected by the battery industry. So we want to remove any impurities before we start producing our high-quality product streams. And, I'm not one for timelines, because really there's, the nature of a one-of-a-kind process. But the testing and analysis of these remaining stages will be announced as they are received. But if I do have to share, my target is by December that we'll have these results out. But even when all demonstration plant stages are complete, we do expect to continue operation to optimize and test different feedstock materials as well as product outputs, because the intent of the demonstration plant is, like in the name, to demonstrate the processing capability and work with potential partners to scale into commercial operations. And, larger samples of products will be sent to these potential partners for their continued due diligence and form that path to creating these strategic joint ventures, especially with key industry players, right? And that's really the intent here, and everybody's going to want to see the technology at the scaled up stage and what it's capable of. Because remember, really the final product of our process, I want everybody to remember that, is the cathode precursors and lithium chemicals, such as lithium carbonate and lithium hydroxide, which, if you notice, is really what the battery industry so desperately needs right now to achieve their battery production targets. And I really believe that these products will be the hot commodities of the future, not the kind of intermediate nickel and cobalt you commonly see right now, because those still require so much further refining that really doesn't exist here in North America. But what our team has really demonstrated to date has been truly incredible from both a technical and environmental perspective. Even the latest achievement, where we had battery cells assembled using our product, and it was validated by a real battery manufacturer, is to me the ultimate achievement in establishing a fully closed loop. And we look forward to expanding on that development. But if you think about it, right, the RecycLiCo process is essentially compressing multiple steps seen in the traditional battery supply chain within one process using practical and minimal steps. And I can name many success cases in different industries where innovative technologies that work on simplifying process steps have completely disrupted mature industries. And on a final note, and part of this as well is we'll be taking part of the benchmark week in mid-November. But instead of just being at the battery sustainability event, which we've been part of in the past, this year we'll also be speaking at the cathodes event, because of our technologies overlap in these two segments. And I really just want to drive that point across to listeners, that we go beyond recycling, and also why we use the word upcycling. Even in the recent, just as a final note, even in the recent DOE funding that was announced this week, you'll notice the huge focus on the lithium and cathode production projects. So that's all for me this week, Jim.
Zarko, I know people have expressed to me they're concerned about now electric vehicles are becoming more popular. What do we do with the old batteries? And some articles have said there's no solution. You guys are the solution, are you not?
Yeah, and I think what I try and talk about a lot is take a step back before you think about end-of-life electric vehicle batteries, and think about the battery manufacturing involved to get the batteries in those cars. Through that process in making the cells, there's a lot of off-spec material and failed cells that first require recycling. So it's, the demand is now in terms of processing the scrap, and scrap is what, would be called production scrap, and that's essentially the material that we've been processing through our demonstration plant.
Zarko, where are you traded, and where can people get more information about RecycLiCo?
We're traded on the TSXV under the ticker symbol AMY, on the OTCQB under AMYZF, and on the Frankfurt Stock Exchange under 2AM. You can get more information on our website, www.recyclico.com. Check back every once in a while on our website, so you'll see ongoing changes and updates to our marketing material. So there'll be a lot of refreshing information on there. Reach us at the office at 778-574-4444.
Zarko, thank you so much for the update.
Thank you, Jim.
My guest has been Zarko Meseldzija. He's the Chief Executive Officer for RecycLiCo, formerly American Manganese. I'm Jim Goddard. Our conversation took place on October 21st.
Comments made on Company Showcase are an expression of opinion only and should not be construed in any manner whatsoever as recommendations to buy or sell any financial instrument at any time. Archived online at HowStreet.com. Company Showcase is a production of How Street Media Incorporated.